Welcome to Dateline Polk with news about your county government. I'm your host, Crystal Roll. Today you'll learn about County Commission actions from the August 16th board meeting. Polk County employees will soon receive expanded medical care through a piggyback agreement for Health Care Clinic Management Services with HealthStat Incorporated, which was approved by the board Tuesday. The new services, which piggyback on an existing RFP from the Polk County School Board, will offer additional hours of service and expanded care at a significant cost savings. With the increased services, it is expected it will save the county about $27,000, along with additional savings to the county's employee health insurance program. In the future, it is possible an interlocal agreement with the school board will be able to open its clinics along with the counties to all of the organization's employees. The approved agreement will cost about $1.4 million. Improvements will soon come to the Lois E. Hart Park. The board approved a $603,804 contract with Hinkleman Construction for site development, utility line extension connections, exterior concrete and asphalt paving, grassing, landscaping, a pedestrian bridge, and a large picnic pavilion. The contract time for this project is 180 days. A $198,552 alignment study of Lake Wilson Road from County Road 54 to County Road 532 was approved by the board Tuesday. Recent developments in northeast Polk County along the east side of I-4 corridor necessitated the alignment study to identify interim improvements at existing signalized intersection of County Road 54, also known as Ronald Reagan Parkway, and Osceola Polk Line Road. The study will determine the environmental, physical, and cultural considerations of the proposed corridor, develop engineering refinements, and provide a new alignment to facilitate and support future development within the Lake Wilson Road corridor. Additionally, the alignment study will analyze the feasible alternatives of widening the roadway from an existing 2-lane road to a 4- or 5-lane road.
We brought before the board a consultant services agreement for Jacobs Engineering to do an alignment study on Lake Wilson Road up in the northeast part of the county. Lake Wilson Road runs between Ronald Reagan Parkway, which is County Road 54, and the Osceola County Line Road. It's County Road 532 in Osceola County. And that is currently a 2-lane road, and we're looking at intersection improvements and also possible widening improvements that would improve the traffic flow through this area. And hopefully when this is done, it'll give us direction on how we need to move forward as far as improvements, whether it be just the intersection improvements or the additional widening of Lake Wilson Road.
The board approved a $336,417 expense for the second part of the Dinner Lake South Storage and Booster Station project by Carollo Engineers Incorporated. This second part of the project includes the final design, permitting, and bid phase and construction phase services, which is expected to take about 2 years to complete. The board approved Amendment Number 3 to Polk's 2014 through 2017 Local Housing Assistance Plan, which awards Polk $3.1 million in State Housing Initiative Partnership funds. Those funds will be allocated for $1 million for reconstruction, $486,048 for minor repairs, $1 million for down payment closing cost assistance, $119,999.90 for substantial rehabilitation, $311,783.10 for program administration, $100,000 for homebuyer education, $100,000 for the Rapid Rehouse Pilot Program. Under County Attorney's portion, the board approved a $300,000 settlement for damages resulting from an automobile accident, which occurred on April 1st, 2015. The incident occurred when a Polk County Sheriff's Office vehicle collided with another vehicle and resulted in the death of a woman. In other news, the board recognized the heroic efforts of Nick Harbaugh and Pepper Keller, who in early July were returning from a mosquito spraying mission over Lake Rosalie and came to the aid of a fellow pilot near the Bartow Airport. The pair heard a mayday call from a pilot in distress. When they were unable to contact the pilot on the radio, they conducted a search of the area to look for a downed plane. They spotted the wreckage about a mile east of the airport, where the pilot was sitting on the wing and waving them down. Harbaugh landed the helicopter and Keller waded into the marsh to help the pilot to the helicopter. They radioed officials at the airport and arranged to have an ambulance meet them to treat the injured pilot.
That day we had just finished a spray job over Lake Rosalie, at which point we were returning to the airport, and while monitoring the tower frequency, we heard a mayday call. The airport was unable to raise the aircraft on the radio, and at which point we offered to look for the potentially downed aircraft. There was no one was really certain exactly what had happened, but we went to its last reported location and went to search for it. And after a brief search, we did find the aircraft. It had landed, or more or less crashed, in a marshy area about a mile short of the runway. And since we were in fact operating a helicopter, we were able to land nearby and actually retrieve the sole occupant of the aircraft and return him to the airport for medical attention.
Dave Carter, chairman of the Stormwater Technical Advisory Committee, provided an update to the board about the committee's activities.
Our report this morning to the Board of County Commissioners included the fact that the permit that we have with the Department of Environmental Protection was reviewed and approved for an additional year. The projects that we presented were 8 capital improvement projects throughout the county, and the funding requirements and income source for those projects for the next 5 years.
In public hearings, during the afternoon session, the board approved 3 resolutions that vacated several portions of property, which included a portion of deeded right-of-way known as Bass Street, a portion of platted access easement on the plat of Waverly Growers Development, and a portion of unmaintained platted right-of-way known as Daytona Street on the plat of Varner Addition. The board adopted a Level 4 review to allow a transitional area development that includes a self-storage facility on about 7 acres in a residential median land use district. The area is in northeast Polk County. A new owner of an abandoned motel in West Lakeland wants to bring it back to life in the form of apartments for workers in the area and requested the restoration of land use rights, which the board approved, which will allow for multifamily residential use. The owner plans to restore the motel's 16 units. The board held a public hearing to amend the Land Development Code and allow for a waiver on access points in the Ronald Reagan Selected Area Plan. No action was taken on this item. The board adopted a small-scale comprehensive plan amendment to change the future land use designation on .33 acres from residential low to residential high in the transit supportive development area. The area is on the south side of Avenue Y, between Edwin Street and 5th Street Northeast in Winter Haven. An amendment to the Land Development Code was made to add soil manufacturing as a conditional use in the Industrial Land Use District, including its definition and modified definitions of solid waste management facility and materials recovery facility to exclude soil manufacturing. The board denied recreation high-intensity facility for Outback Oasis, which holds events on its property on Country Club Road South. The board approved a resolution that establishes the PWRI AWS surcharge of 30 cents per 1,000 gallons of potable water use effective October 1st. Indexes potable water rates annually by 2.5% for a 3-year time period starting October 1st, 2017, and sets the revised schedule of the Utilities Division's Schedule of Rates and Fees. All is set forth in the preliminary schedule. Well, that wraps up this edition of Dateline Polk. To keep current with programs and progress in the county, visit us at polk-county.net or follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We encourage you to join us at the next scheduled board meeting at 9 a.m. on Tuesday, September 6th. I'm Crystal Rowe, and thanks for watching.